Right, and lads, here we are, met up with Simon again and Steve for another camp up on Kinder Scout, but then later, tomorrow, I think we're doing around a 10-mile walk and we're going to camp on Brown Knoll, somewhere on Brown Knoll, maybe overlooking the Edale Valley. And the weather's gorgeous here. I was watching the weather forecast and they did say there was going to be a break in the fog, and it looks like we've struck lucky really, because this area seems to be pretty fog free, so it's going to be a pretty nice little hike, I think. So, yeah. Simon kindly picked me up from the motorway services on the M1 in Leicester. Steve driven up from Aylesbury, and then met Steve at the car park here in Edale.
New Year's resolution, I'm going to lose a stone and a half and get fit,
Well
so
done,
I can power up these mountains.
This pack was kindly given to me by Paul from Gone Wildcamping. Similar age to us guys, and makes a lovely video, nice and relaxing, got some nice gear. I think he bought this pack a few years ago and he says he couldn't get on with it, so I don't know what he didn't like about it or didn't find was to his taste. But as you perhaps know, I've already got the Levity 45. But in winter, it's a bit of a squeeze to get everything in, although I can. But it's going to shorten the life of the pack. I've already had it since they first came out. This is the Levity 60. And it's just, every bit is just that little bit bigger everywhere. And it's made it easy for me to get all my winter gear in it. So thank you very much, Paul, for that. As I've said to you already, I really appreciate it, and I do really love this pack. They don't make it anymore. It's an Osprey pack, and it comes with the a mesh back, sprung back, and a frame. And I think even the 60 litre one weighs around 900 grams, so it's a pretty light pack and you get plenty of air. It's very, very comfortable. I like it, so thanks, Paul. And I was just about to say that bloody between Christmas and the New Year, yeah, sitting out in the dark, beautiful weather, the sky's coming full of stars.
Yep.
You couldn't get it any better, could you?
You can, mate.
I'll get Steve in, and I'm chewing on his nuts as well.
Well, as long as he's chewing on his own nuts, we don't mind.
Oh, that smells good. Well, everyone at home, good health and cheers all.
My gum, that's good beer.
Hey, my gum, that's bloody good beer.
Look at that red sky over there. Bloody lovely.
Which is the older brother, the one that looks like Parker out
Yeah,
of
it's Noel.
Yeah, he's
He's
the
the
one
one
that
who
looks
drives
like
the
Parker
Suns.
out of Thunderbirds. He
He
used to
does,
drive
yeah.
the. Well, I remember meeting him.
Are you met?
Oh, fucking hell! He's my neck of woods, isn't he?
Yeah.
Like my age. Well, he's a bit. I think he's a bit younger than me, or a bit
He's
older.
probably about my age. Yeah, so there's not much difference. I'm 54.
But I remember him at Town Hall,
Yeah,
where we used to rehearse the band that I was in,
yeah.
and he was a roadie at the time for a band called the
In Spiral Carpets.
Spiral Carpets, yeah. And I remember he set the drums up on stage with Spiral Carpets and played a few beats and all that. And I remember talking to him like around the corner at stage. And I said like, well, what are you up to now? And he said, I'm a drum technician. And I remember
That band was my band growing up. Well, not even I was already grown up, but it was like a soundtrack for us. And it was just so funny, all the ones down south all trying to do these stupid, not me, but trying to like do the walk like Liam Gallagher and trying to go sunshine. You know, it's like, no, you're from London, mate.
So you think
Own
you
it.
can tell how you feel?
Free bird, Norman. Wow, wasn't that incredible, that sunrise?
Yeah, me and Dave, we've just dived into this beehive shelter up near Brown Knoll,
Yeah.
and it's very dark. That's not all you can say.
It's
about
nice
it.
and sheltered though. I'm surprised the sheep don't come in here. There's been no sheep in
Yeah.
here, has there?
Made it here on my hands and knees.
It's been tough, hasn't it?
It's been brutal.
It's been
mate.
brutal the last few miles.
Oh, let's go and get some.
Come on then.
Tents up.
Alright, Steve. You alright, Simon?
Just about
Yeah.
wait to get in.
Yeah, I'm getting in now, and I'm a piss and I'm getting in.
That'll be it. See you tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, good evening. We are at Cowburn Tunnel, camped in the lee of that. It's been a tough afternoon, really. I think we've walked about 10.5 miles, 10 miles. We didn't go into Hope like originally planned because, well, Steve pointed out, let's not go into Hope to the cafe. That's going to take 2 hours. We'll never get to this camp spot, which there's not an awful lot of places to camp around the Brown Knoll area, and this is one of them. So we'd never have made it here. You know, we'd have been on man tour or something. The wind was blowing absolutely terrible along there, and it just from about 1 o'clock it completely fogged over, got cold and started blowing pretty hard. But this side of Brown Knoll, it's not too windy, so that's good. Steve, it was a good job. Steve said let's not go into Hope, because I was marching off down towards Hope, and we turned round and went back and went a different way. So, but I've probably been pitched up nearly an hour now. I've had a good wash, and I've kind of sorted my stuff out. Got my bed up yet, but everything is, I know where everything is. I've got all dry clothes on. I've had a strip wash. Got all my down gear on. It's not too cold actually, but it's nice to get all dry stuff on and keep warm. That's the main thing. So we've carried 3 litres of water from on the way up to Lewes Hill. There was a spring in the side of the hill, so we all got water. So our packs have been very heavy. And poor old Simon, he's really struggled the last couple of miles. But I know he's really glad to get here, and he's got the best spot right by the tunnel, the air shaft out of any wind there. But it's not too bad though. So my next job is going to be, I think I might put the radio on, make myself a drink. I've only got sort of 2 3/4 litres, so I've got to be a bit careful with the water. But I might have some cereal, because I didn't have that this morning. Then I'm going to have a bowl of noodles with a tin of fish and tomato sauce in it. And after that, I've got a one of those Norwegian real termat meals, the large ones. So I'm gonna have that. But take my time. It's probably not going to be too long, and I'm going to start feeling pretty tired after today's hike. So anyway, I'll catch you in the morning and let you know how we go on. I'm not sure I'll be getting any fantastic shots of the tents tonight like I did last night. It's pretty grim out there, so we'll see how I feel later on when I've had something to eat. I left my titanium sport, which is identical to this plastic one, up at the Crookstone Knoll quarry. I've put it on top of a little heather bush when I was packing away, and it must have fell into the heather. I've forgot it, lost it anyway, so if anybody finds it. But fortunately Simon got this a couple of days ago with some stuff he'd ordered online, and he said they always send him a free spork, and it's identical to my titanium one. He said I could have it, so that's brilliant. Oh yeah, let's get me hot water bottle tucked down there. Keep me nice and warm. Oh, lovely jubbly jubbly. Let's have me second coffee. Nice strong one. Can't you tell? Ah, lovely, lovely, lovely. Nice. These are cheery lyrics, aren't they? Bloody hell. Keep it down, mate. Yeah. So normally when I come camping with Steve and that, we usually pitch very close together. Very close together. Which I kind of like. It's kind of like you can be nice and social and still have your own sort of space. Last night the weather was unusual for this time of year, and we managed to sit out late into the evening, and it felt warm. It was just really nice. We were just laying on our mats out on the grass, staring up at the skies and enjoying the unusual weather. Really, it was terrific. But tonight, you know, we got here, it was dark, quickly put the tents up, get in your tent, and that's been about it really. So we all wanted to find a spot which was reasonably sheltered from the wind, so we're pitched, say, 10 metres apart, and we have sort of shouted across a couple of times, but due to the weather I think we're just hunkered down in our own tents, and we've got our own sort of privacy this evening, rather than the social side of it, which we really indulged in last night. It was brilliant, really good. So thanks to Steve and Simon for that. But tonight it's a bit more like having a camp on your own. I'm enjoying my Featherlight 700 stove, and the cone, that's what I really like about it. It retains so much heat, so much that I've got a thick soldering mat which I had over a piece of Correx about the same size as a soldering mat, and it bloody completely melted the Correx, and underneath that a piece of my Z-Light which I use for kneeling on, it melted that as well. So it gets really hot inside the cone, which helps massively with how quick it boils water. So it's very efficient. But the thing I can't quite get the hang of is lighting the fuel inside the little burner. You have to fill it right up to get it to light. It's not like you can use half of it and then relight it. You've got to add a bit more fuel to light it. Unlike the multi-ring burner fuel stoves that I've been used to, you just drop your match into it, and that the wood burning enables the fuel to ignite and keep burning should it struggle to get going. Well, you can't do that with this type of lighter, and so that part of it is yet to be decided by me, how keen I am and whether I can adapt to using go back to the multi-ring burner type inside the cone. But I know that the pan touches the top of that, so that doesn't work unless some sort of adapting it is done. I've really enjoyed using the new Osprey Levity 60 pack, which Paul from Gone Wild Camping kindly gave to me. Yeah, I've really enjoyed using that on this trip. It's just so comfortable, and you know, I'm not constantly trying to ram everything into the smaller pack. You know, there's a bit more room in it, and it's easier to use. My new tent, this is the 4th night in it, so it's the tarp tent, double rainbow Dyneema. Yeah, I'm really pleased with it. You get a bit of condensation, you know, it's a single skin tent, it's quite ventilated. And if you get condensation, the moisture can get onto your inner ground sheet a bit, but probably what tent don't you have that problem with? But for the space and the ease of putting it up, the simplicity of it, I really like it. It's, yeah, I made a good choice there. I'm pleased with it, and I hope it gives me many years of service. So I mean, the only downside is because it's a bigger tent, unlike my Dyneema notch, you can pretty much fit that notch in anywhere that's the floor space is the size of your body. You can put that tent. This one, you need a bit more room. So another thing I bought recently was the Cascade Designs Corex folder out table, which I found that even if you put a soldering mat or 2 soldering mats on top of it, the heat created inside the cone with my Featherlight 700 stove is just too great. It would melt it and warped it. I've already warped it a bit, so that was a bad purchase. I don't need it. You can just put your cone on a rock you find knocking about. It's just the easiest thing to do. I don't know why I bought that table. It's not necessary. I won't be having another one. So
Yeah, but where's the fun in that? It would have taken us 15 seconds and everybody would have had a lovely time.
Thank you very much to Zoe Lyons for joining us. And
last drink of the evening, then bed, I think. So 8 o'clock now. Excuse that bloody racket. It's a new show starting. Not sure, something about Elvis. Hey, Bess. Anyway, that's a load of waffling bollocks, isn't it? Catch you in the morning. Morning, it's Sunday morning. I've been awake about 45 minutes. It's about 7:30 and I'm wondering how the guys are getting on. Oh, just let me turn that radio down a bit. How's that? That's a bit better, isn't it? Yeah, I've got the kettle on. Just going to have some cereal this morning. I had cheese and biscuits yesterday. And it's been a blustery night, a pretty damn blustery night, but I'm well pleased with the tent's performance. I mean, we are out on the hillside, but I'm just in a little hollow, so not taking the full brunt of it. So the tent's done very well. Because I've had fish in my noodles, the water smells a bit bloody fishy, I noticed that. Never mind. A bit of fishy coffee there. I've been bringing my old lightweight metal insulated mug. It's got a cavity inside it, so it stays cool on the outside but keeps it warm on the inside. Because this is just too big, I think, to drink out of. You know, before I only bought one pot. Maybe it would work using this. I'm not sure. But anyway, the last couple of trips I've bought a mug, an extra mug. So. Oh, you bastard! That's hot. Cheers. I'll catch you later. What a contrast to yesterday morning. I was just sitting here eating my cereal, just thinking, it was like blooming summer yesterday. Just a complete fluke. Most of England was in thick fog. Even flights were cancelled at Manchester and London airports due to the fog. Manchester's only a few miles away, but where we were, we certainly got away with it. Bloody hell. But back to normal today. At least it's not cold. Yeah, I was just feeling pleased to have such a great hobby, really. Camping and hiking. Yeah, I love a good hike. It was tough yesterday, only did 10 miles, but it was pretty tough going, and you know, I'm really pleased to be able to still do it. You know, Pat Dickinson, he's a bit older than me, still managing it, and still keep going. I've got a lot to look forward to. I feel fairly fit. My knee problems have improved recently, so I think I can get a few more good lengthy hikes under my belt, and I'm looking forward to that in the new year. And got a few ideas, a few routes I'd like to do, and we'll just wait and see what happens and hope for good weather. Last year was a bit rubbish, really, wasn't it? You know, it wasn't brilliant weather-wise. I think the spring was okay, and then the rest of the year was pretty rubbish. But anyway, I wish you all a happy new year, and you get all the hiking and camping that you'd like to do next year, and realise all those little mini ambitions. So we'll catch you in the new year on another camp. Meanwhile, I'll start putting my stuff away and packing up, and I'll give the lads a shout, and I think they're up and about now, so happy new year to you. Some of the hiking I'd like to do in 2025, well, there's, of course, I've got to finish off the Scottish National Trail. I've got about a week of that to do, from Glasgow going south into the Scottish borders. I'd like to do maybe a bit more hiking around the Cairngorms, and I know I said this last year, there's 3 or 4 mountains I'd like to knock off in Scotland that I've never got round to. Who knows? And then, of course, continuing south from Stow-on-the-Wold with my Cape Wrath to Land's End hike. So going from Stow south on the Macmillan Way, and apart from that, I'm sure I can find a few other things to get up to. Of course, I really want to thank Simon for this trip, because he sort of gave an open invitation to half a dozen people to join him, as he was you know, he works quite a lot and he had time to come up to the Peak District, so he wanted to meet up with people, so that was fantastic. And then, of course, I've got to thank Steve as well, because probably without Steve, a lot of these, well, definitely without Steve, these group camps just would not happen. You know, he's got some natural sort of way of bringing people together, and which is great, so there's a lot to be grateful for there. It's a video, Steve, and so wow, I just want to thank you both for a bloody another fantastic trip and making my life an interesting one instead of a
Oh,
boring
likewise, mate. Thanks
Oh,
for being a great
been
guide,
brilliant.
both of
one. Yeah,
Been a good few days out.
yeah.
you. Yes.
So about to get a lift home, you know, Steve here, and Simon picked me up from Leicester, the motorway services, and it's going to drop me off there. It's only 10 minutes from my house, so we've only had one pint and
Yep,
we're going to get off, haven't we?
and a decent meal.
And a meal, yeah. So see you on the next trip.
See you on the next one.
And I'll see you back at the car park.
Bye.